Hello, good morning. Happy Memorial Day on this wet, soggy Monday morning. I'm Chuck. Welcome to Chuckadelphia. And let's go for a ride. Have a little bit of a chit chat. Okay? So I'll see you in a few minutes. So yeah, let's talk a little bit. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who has reached out to me and has already commented and said such really cool things and given me some suggestions. One of which was like one of my longtime friends asked me if I could talk about my weightlifting routine, and I was going to do that this morning, but unfortunately I'm still learning how to maintain my videos and whatnot. I got to get better memory, so I had something cool recorded earlier and now it's just like it disappeared into oblivion with some of the socks that I've lost in the laundry over the years. But the point was, I really wanted to lift weights today, but I opted not to because I worked really hard. I've worked really hard over the past 10 days, and the only day I didn't go to the gym was on Friday, and for me that was a walk day instead. But I have been mixing swimming and lifting on the same days, and also walking Charlie and Frankie at night with my mom, and that's been very helpful. So I move around a lot. When I first started, I met Dr. Fortino on March 13th, 2023, and I officially started my journey on the 14th. And first I started to clean out my system with the things I was eating, and I got I started focusing on nutritious items to eat, and I just wanted to drink water. I cut out coffee for a while at the beginning, and I started from there. But it was funny because on the first morning that I wanted to go to the gym, I knew at first I was going to start swimming. I didn't want to try anything else, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But it was in March, right? Mid-March, so it was probably a chilly morning. And if you know anything about the weather here at that time, chilly is like chilly. You just feel cozy when you're under your blankets at that time. 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had to go early according to my work schedule with my students. I have a crazy schedule, so I have to go really early in the morning. But I didn't want to get out of bed. And then it was funny because my two cats, Dante is my cat, and Dapper, may he rest in peace, my mom's cat, Dapper, they started fighting in my room for some reason. And it was just like, the sound was so loud, it just kind of jolted me out of bed. In a way, it was like, I believe in a higher power, and I believe it was that higher power's way of saying, get your butt out of bed. Go get this done. Start down this path right now. And it was funny because now I'm also remembering one of my favorite quotes: don't stay in bed unless you can make money in bed. And there aren't that many things that I would be good at to make money in bed. So I got my butt up and I found my way to the pool. So at the beginning, I was nervous about this process because I had always heard diet and exercise, and for me, for some reason, I guess they kind of had a negative connotation. I mean, even the word diet from the start, you see the first 3 letters, they spell out die. I didn't want a part of me to die from this process. And exercise, you hear X, and it's it just kind of gives a negative connotation. Any of you, you hear X, I don't know, it's almost like axe, like something's gonna cut you off. I didn't like that either. So a big part of this process for me was about changing my mentality. Instead of looking at it as diet and exercise, It was more about healthy eating and nutrition and being active. I wasn't going to swim as much as Michael Phelps. I wasn't going to swim as fast as Michael Phelps. And I wasn't going to lift like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wasn't even going to lift like Steve Urkel. But at the beginning, I wanted to start off with swimming. And one of my friends, someone I look up to in his fitness journey, said that swimming is a really good part of starting this process. It's a really good way of starting this process because you're in the water a lot. You're not using that much pressure on your hips and knees, your feet either. And for me, that was a really big thing because, to be honest with you, like I was so big, it was really hard to stand. It was really hard to walk. My God, sometimes it was really even uncomfortable to sit down. You know, that's why I had to change. So then I, with my love of swimming, I just swam every day. I started off light. You don't want to overdo it at first. So, I started off with like 5 laps, and then 10 laps, and then 20, and then that ended up getting to be like, I would swim like an hour and 20 minutes, anywhere from a mile to like a nautical mile. And that was a really good feeling. And with each day, I gained more momentum, more comfort, more excitement in what I was doing. So I guess like the thing that I would suggest for anybody that is starting this process, as far as like being active, you start off light, and I know that everybody is in different situations. Some of you may be busier than others. Economic means, maybe it's hard for you to do certain things, and that's all well and good. But you don't have to be part of the fanciest gym or anything to really start being active. Also, I think it's really important for you to understand that you don't have to follow the same guidelines that everybody else is telling you to do. All these trainers online, all these doctors, all these experts on TikTok and whatnot, they'll tell you got to do this, you got to do that. But you know what, though? I think you got to find what you really love to do, what you enjoy. For me, it was swimming. For you, it might be dancing. It might be walking. It might be going bowling. Even like doing chores around the house. Minus physical movement, and you feel good at the end of it. You can do so many things to move your body. The first step is the hardest one to take. Making that decision to get up. But start off by doing something you like doing. Otherwise, you're not going to like it. The more you do it, the more you want to do other things. So I started off with swimming, and I moved to walking, and especially walking the dogs. And then, yard work, housework, more housework than before. I was a little more productive, a little more helpful, and that felt good. And eventually, I started lifting weights, and that's taken me to another level. And who knows what's next? I want to become a better salsa dancer and get rid of all of these myths about gringos not being able to dance, and maybe horseback riding. That would be cool. I want to do some like taekwondo or sweating to the oldies type of stuff. I would love to do something like that. My ultimate goal is to go scuba diving with great white sharks, but that's for another conversation, some other day. So yeah, that's just about all for this chit chat. First, before I let you go, I want to wish everybody, all the Americans I know watching this, happy Memorial Day. Everybody else, please like, share, comment, tell me about some of your activities, your favorite physical activities that you like to do to stay active in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel. As always, full steam ahead. And you know the deal. Carpe diem, my friends. That's all it's about. Ciao, ciao.
Come with me if you want.